Hello and welcome to the Everyday Board Game Podcast. I'm your host Daniel.
And I'm your host Daniel.
And we want to thank you for listening to Everyday Board Games.
But that's at the end outro. Don't do that.
I know. And our outro is going to be my intro. Just you wait.
That's not... We're not breaking down our intros, right?
I'm enjoying this episode so much, I won't let it end. No, we're going to thank you for tuning in today. We have a giveaway that we're going to be giving away, but we're also going to be breaking down a designer, which we realize we haven't broken down yet.
Yeah, and we enjoy this designer a lot.
Yeah,
his games have really climbed for me. Like, if he's got something coming out, I want to try it.
Yep, exactly. No, he's been really doing that. So we'll talk about a lot of his games. With our breakdowns, we go over their entire gameography and talk about what their games are about and what it's for. So
we're also going to be trying something new with our board game breakdowns. Unless they're like new designs that are been announced, like future designs, when we have a couple here that we're going to talk about, where if they have like very little votes and something that doesn't look like it's published, that he just posted it on there, we're not going to pull those up because sometimes it just drags on the episode and we're like, oh, what does this do? Yeah. We're just pulling up the published games that we know of so far that have ratings and votes and stuff like that.
All right. With that being said, also we have a contest.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking to you later in today's episode. So listen for our code word so you can enter in that contest. And also follow us on all the social medias and all that stuff. We'll tell you how to get tickets to enter that.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this one is that before we go into our breakdown, we have some news.
Yeah, a lot of news in the industry right
here. Not really. It's actually been a bit of a dry spell, but there is some big news. And then there's some game announcements because, Essence coming out and stuff like that. And
that's right.
As my last rant went about, there's a bunch of crowdfunding going on at the same time, or will be here soon. But we'll talk about that when we get to those parts of the news. With that being said, you want to flip the coin to decide who goes first?
All right, here's our coin of doom. Let's see who talks about the news first, and that'll be you.
My coin really likes me.
That's right.
All right, first bit of news is one that has basically been a recurring win this entire year that I've talked about, in all honesty. And it's the continued struggles of CMON Games.
Starting off on some bad news.
Yeah, there's a couple things here. First off, they're projected to lose, or possibly lose, up to $8 million this year. That is basically the entire profits, 3 times their overall profits from the last 10 years. That's not looking good for us as people who have backed their games, because I'm still waiting on my DC United. I'm still waiting on my Cthulhu Death May Die. We'll see what happens with there. I also have like Dark Providence or something like that on pre-order. That supposedly is coming out here soon. They're saying that is the bleakest possibility. I think the range was anywhere from 5 to 8 million profit loss, but that's why they went into this restructuring. So we'll see what happens there. Tariffs are probably not helping matters, and we'll get into that in a little bit as well when we talk about another part of my news. But yeah, 3 times the profit from the last 10 years. Longtime CFO Ko Zing Kai in secretary of resigned. Her name is Win Se Mai. Sorry, I don't speak the language, so sorry if I butchered that. And this is after they've lost their senior manager, David Preddy. They've lost some big people in the thing. Partially, they're resigning, but it might be like a restructuring. All honesty, this is one of the few times I'm sitting here looking at this and hope for maybe they sell to Asmodee or something like that, just to help the struggling thing and maybe get the stuff that we're that we're missing out right now. But yeah, the struggles are continuing. Bunch of resignations, a bunch of profit loss. It looks like up to 8 million, 3 times their shares. Oof. We'll see what happens, but it is looking not so good. It's kind of reminding me of the death knell of Mythic and what was the other company that Mythic was the main one that just happened, but like Holy Grail Games and stuff like that, where it's just hemorrhaging money.
Yep.
Elf Creek was another one where they're getting Genius Games going after them now. So go ahead, your next one.
Right. Mine is a lot of like new announcements, but this is a remake of a game. Queen announced that they're remaking Merlin. And what's really cool about this is that they're doing brand new art. And have you seen the new art for this?
It looks okay.
Yeah, it looks cool. I
like the old art.
The old art isn't bad, right? I mean, it's kind of cartoony. I think it's Dennis Lohausen. And I might be wrong on that, but I think he was the original artist.
Can't get to it.
Yeah, it's somewhere back there. But yeah, I mean, I like the original art, but the new cover is pretty darn striking.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be doing a new big box that includes all the expansions that they made, which they've been very reasonable about bringing expansions. Queen loves to do all the mini stuff, the Queenies as they call it for a lot of them, and then like just all of the other mini expansions.
Is it just an art refresh, or they're including?
I think they're doing a big box version.
A new expansion to a game that I have everything for, and they put new art on like a new expansion, so it doesn't work with what I have. Queen's dead to me.
I don't know. I think it's just a new big box version.
Yeah, because I have everything already. So
yeah.
But for the new people that haven't got it, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. So
like
new art for Merlin. I have Merlin.
You have the base game. You don't have all the stuff.
I don't need all the stuff. I don't play the base enough.
I like the Arthur expansion. That one is really neat.
Yeah.
Anything else, I was like, I've only played it like twice. I played it once with the Arthur expansion and the regular one. Honestly, I don't really need to touch the rest of the expansions. It's already a complicated game as it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's. I'm not the biggest fan of buying all the expansions for Feld games. I mean, I like the base game just enough, you know.
Well, honestly, I already had Merlin, and it's like, oh, we're doing this big box. I'm like, all right, give me the big box with all the expansions. Sure, that's the only reason I have all the expansions. It's because it was the big box.
Yep.
All right, my next bit of news here is Gen Con. That just happened last month. Everybody was excited about it. It hit record levels. They're estimating, and we know how Gen Con kind of fudges the numbers a little bit, but 72,000 in attendance. That's quite a big convention.
Yeah. That's almost our entire population in our hometown.
Yeah, and what's interesting about it too is they sell out 2 buildings. The convention center and an entire football stadium that's where they host the games for the game library and stuff like that. So if you're going to play games, you're going to the football field to play games. But that's not what people go to Gen Con for. It's to buy all the stuff. They're estimating they had 72,000. They were surprised because with the tariff volatility, forced some publishers to cancel. A lot of them were international publishers who did cancel from coming in, did not show due to issues with the immigration policies and stuff like that. Plus the trying to bring their games in to sell and stuff like that hurt things as well.
Yep.
But some publishers indicated that this is the best show they've ever had when it comes to sales. So it's kind of interesting how, like, for some it was fine, for some it wasn't, and usually it was the bigger ones. I mean, the Op canceled; they didn't go. There was another big one. Ares Games, I think, wasn't there. But yeah, there were some big names that weren't there. But some people were saying it was actually really good. A lot of attendees. I've always wanted to go to Gen Con, but I've always been afraid of Gen Con because it's so crowded. It just that when the population is almost about as big as the city I live in, that is my issue.
Granted, that's over the 5 days. And,
yeah.
You know,
But still, I've seen those crowds, like when you first get in, like the doors opening, where that scene in the crowd in there, I was like, man, that's how zombie movies are. No, I'm good. But I've always wanted to go. It looks cool. It's probably something that I'll end up doing, just experience it just once. And that's probably the only time I'm ever going to go to that convention. And it's just for the one time, because that has that's a mass humanity. And we were just talking about it in our last podcast. It probably doesn't smell great in there either.
You're probably not wrong.
All right, Gen Con hits record levels.
My next piece of news is a game that is on GameFound currently, GameFound. This is the Voynich Puzzle by Danny Garcia. It's a brand new game from him that uses a really cool mechanism. It has a little book that's made up of like card sleeves.
So it's currently on GameFound. It might be off GameFound when this actually airs for our listeners. However, it's GameFound. You're probably going to be able to get into the late play.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, go back and go get this game. Danny Garcia is a really interesting designer. I've been enjoying his stuff. It's a little more complicated. He's kind of like a Feld level or Shem Phillips kind of like level of design. But
Feld under Turksky.
Yeah, right. Yeah, probably about right. Yeah, but he's a new designer that his games have just been massive press. Yeah, I've been enjoying them too. And I like the idea of like you're building these cards into your book into kind of deciphering it. Now, here's the thing. I already know about the Voynich manuscript, like a lot about it, and like it's one of the most fascinating. Yeah, I love just obscure text and stuff, and you can buy like a reprint like copy of it to study it on your own and stuff. And it's an absolutely fascinating thing that has everything from like, you know, herbology to like medical things to like astrology and like stars and all sorts of stuff like it, or astronomy, not astrology. I mean, there might even be astrology in there. I don't know. It's just like this weird, fascinating book that a lot of people just genuinely don't understand. And the person Voynich, who actually was the one who discovered the book, he and kind of brought it to popularity. You can actually play against him in like the solo or 2-player version. You can actually play against Voynich himself, and I think it's actually during the rest of the game.
Did
too.
you just complain about the dummy players and your
No, this is like
I know.
this is like how would you describe it? It's kind of like a boss battle, I guess, in a way. I don't know. It's different. Like he's like in Kill Dr. Lucky. Yeah, he moves on his own, but like you're not playing a full level character. He's a guy moving around and causing shenanigans. So it's interesting. So the Voynich puzzle, I backed it. It looks really fascinating to me.
All right. The next bit of news for me. Actually, my next 2 bits of news are going to be game announcements. So,
Same here.
We got the sad out of the way at the very beginning. So, all right. My next one here is a big one that I just got an email for, and I'm like, oh, that's going in my news because you and me enjoy Pandasaurus games. They've been hitting really good. I really like the card games. I got their newest one sitting in my mailbox that I have to go pick up here in a minute. Is the new one they just announced, which will be released on October 8th. It's designed by Gerard Cateau, who also did Master Ward and Stella, the Dixit Universe games. It is called Refuge, and it will be coming out on October 8th. And this one intrigues me. Kind of tempted with this because it's bag building, risk taking with a nature theme on it. But the bag building with like push your luck aspect, risk taking, that intrigues me.
Yep.
It looks really good. You can pick it up on pre-order on their website as of right now. So if you want to go check it out, see how the game plays. From my understanding, you're basically taking hikes and you're just trying to see what's going on, and you're taking it 5 walks, which is basically 5 rounds. It's just bag building. I'm always intrigued by if they do it right. I wasn't a fan of Orleans, but I love Quacks, and the fact that this is like a push your luck aspect, maybe like risk taking. That is the kind of thing that I would really enjoy. So again, Refuge. It's on pre-order right now on their website. You can get it in October 8th. It should hit FLGSs.
Cool. Next one I want to talk about is a new game that was announced called Snake Charmers, which is a simple little card game, and I don't remember the publisher that's bringing it out soon. But there's one very intriguing thing about it. It's by the Brands.
Oh, I love the Brands.
Not just Marca.
Oh, I heard about this one. It's with all 4, like their kids, right?
With their kids as well. Yeah, there's 4 brands in the family, and they all collectively work together to design this as your snake charmers, charm snakes. I guess that's pretty much the theme. But yeah, it's like a cool little card game designed by the whole entire family. The powerhouse of Marca and Incas brand, the husband and wife, they design like a wide range of games already. They're very diverse designers. I'm always intrigued to try something that they've made. And with their kids included with it, like that's intriguing to me. So, for no other reason, I'm gonna check this game out.
It's kind of like trick taking esque in a sense.
Sure, I don't care.
But I think
knowing that I'm gonna buy it.
Just with the Brands alone makes it seem really interesting. So,
yep.
I would find it. I find it intriguing already just because Inca and Marcus, because I love their designs.
They're great
I love how we're talking about a designer we love. That's people who we should break down one of these days.
Right on the list. That'll be next month. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 months.
2 months. Yeah.
2 months.
All right. So the last thing I am going to be talking about here is an interesting one here, because it's going to crowdfunding, which is only the second Dice Tower Essential game to go to crowdfunding. Also, Arcane Wonders. I've been a big fan of what Arcane Wonders does.
Yeah.
But we were talking about it when we were talking about rants. We want our rants in the last episode that we want unique themes. This is a unique theme. It's called Ross, A Dance of Love. It is designed by Mihir Shah and Shailene Harlaka. Again, sorry if I ever all the names I butchered today. I am very sorry. But I want to give these guys credit. It is going to crowdfunding in sometime within the next quarter 4 2025. But it's a dice drafting, tableau building, themed on the dance style of the Garba Ras. So it's like an Indian style dancing. I like the fact that it's an Indian designer, a couple of Indian designers, about a dance theme. We don't really see that a lot, so it is something very unique. I've seen like pre-production copies of it. You can go look online. I think Dice Tower was just talking about it recently too. It looks so gorgeous. There's a lot of color. It's got like the thing Zolkin. It's got like a spinning thing where certain things are going to happen. And you're trying to get the dance going. And you're building your own tableau. It looks really neat. I'm going to look into backing this one because, oh, wow, that looks good.
Yeah.
Again, that is Ross, A Dance of Love, an Arcane Wonder / Dice Tower Essential. The only other Dice Tower Essential I remember going to Kickstarter was Foundations of Rome. So if it's anything like Foundations of Rome, cool on them.
All right, and my last one and the last piece of news that we have for today is one that I am just so excited for, and so much that I even told my son about it a couple days ago, and he was like, wait, what? That's a thing? And he doesn't get excited about board games. Forbidden Legacy. Yes, Game Right. I was just wondering about that because Game Right hasn't released too much lately, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they're still focusing on it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Forbidden Island was the first in a quadrilogy of games. It's Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Sky, and then Forbidden Jungle. And they were all designed by Matt Leacock.
Mm-hmm. Pandemic Phase? Age?
Yep, Pandemic.
Fame. That's the word I'm looking for. Fame.
And Forbidden Island was kind of like a Pandemic light. Forbidden Desert is another whole new thing. Forbidden Skies was like the first game that Game Right ever made with electronics in it, like a toy factor thing. And it's really difficult. And then Forbidden Jungle is the space-themed one where it's kind of combining all the mechanisms. I believe he's working with Rob Davio with this. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, Pandemic Legacy is my favorite Pandemic Legacy game, or favorite Legacy game of all time. And also favorite Pandemic version. It had me enthralled. I can't wait to see, because I know the first 4 games kind of have like an overarching thing over them. Like, because the first
one... Which
a
lot of people don't realize.
Yeah. So Forbidden Island, you land on this Forbidden Island, right? And you have to get the 4 artifacts and get them off of the island before it sinks out from under you. Mm-hmm. So the board is sinking away and their tiles are being removed. The second one, you crash land your... You have to get out with a helicopter. You crash land your helicopter into the desert, which is where Forbidden Desert is. You have to build this mythical airship by finding the pieces. The tiles are moving around like a slidey puzzle, and you're having to deal with all that in order to get up to like the airship. Once you get to the airship, then you're going to be going to the skies, which is Forbidden Skies, and you're in this sky platform. You have to build wiring to launch the rocket ship, and so you're adding tiles to it. And when you get from there, you crash land on the planet that is the Forbidden Jungle, and you're dealing with aliens that are growing up and like completely destroying your deals. And you have to use a combination of all kinds of things. You're removing some tiles, you're adding some, you're shifting them around, you're moving around. Have you played Forbidden Jungle yet?
Nope.
Okay, I think a lot of people like it at like their second after Desert. And I think you would probably dig it too.
Yeah, I kind of got...
it's mean, though.
I got a bad taste in my mouth when it came to...
Because of Skies, right?
Skies, yeah.
And a lot of people do. Every time I attempt the Forbidden Gauntlet, as we call it, where we try to beat all 4 with the same characters, we keep losing on Skies. So, Forbidden Legacy might take that theme and change up the mechanisms and do that, and kind of like integrate them all together. Or it might be something totally new. I don't know. I don't care. I'm in. 110%.
All right, so Velvet joined us here. He says
hey, Velvet.
He just got back from PAX West. There were a ton of new games up to try. Ross, which I just talked about. Spooktacular, which we love.
So good.
We do both own it because we backed it on Kickstarter, and we're friends with Level 99.
Yep.
So
we're biased.
Lightning Train, I do want to try that one. It looks really good.
Luthier
looks really cool, but I haven't played that one because I still have Distilled sitting on my shelf of shame, and I want to try that one, get that to the table.
Very good things.
Scarabray, which is the new Garphill game, and many more set up to play. So, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Cretaceous Realms was a blast. I do want to try that one. I think it's on Kickstarter right now, or GameFound, one of the two, or it's going to be. Looks neat. But with that being said, we have a giveaway going on right now for this copy of Horrified World of Monsters right behind me. Tell the people how they can enter.
Very much. So you have 10 different ways to enter, 10 tickets entered in a few different ways. You can have up to those 10 tickets. First off, this contest is for the lower 48 states. of the United States, because we have to pay shipping out of our pockets, and that's, we don't make...
That hurt us last time we made it worldwide.
Yeah, we made it worldwide, and we shipped something to the UK, and it cost so much money.
It cost more than the game.
It would have been cheaper for us to just order it on a store in the UK and ship it to them directly.
Yeah.
Which we should have probably done. But anyway, that's beside the point. We appreciate our listeners, so... Anyway, there's lots of ways you can enter. First off, Velvet Knight came in at the perfect timing. Because if you listen to our episodes and you hear that code word, which we're going to be saying here in a few moments, you can email that to us. But just by being in Twitch.tv, if you get a subscription, that throws us a little bit of money, and it gives you 3 tickets for already. Not for free, but I mean, it helps us pay for the podcast. But even by following us here, you get notified when we stream live. Just by that, it's a free ticket. No problem. You can also follow us on Instagram.com/everydayboardgames. And if you follow us there, that's a free ticket. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. YouTube.com/everydayboardgames. If you follow us there, that's a free ticket. And you have 4 ways to enter through our code words, as I referenced earlier. If you email us at everydayboardgames2020@gmail.com, in the subject line, you need to put the word contest. And in the body, give us a way to contact you if you win. And our secret code word for that episode. And this episode's code word is
Augustus.
So put Augustus into the subject or into the body of the email. If you want the code words from yesterday or last week's episode and the week before that and the week that's coming up, make sure you listen to the audio versions or just come listen to us live.
And with that being said, we are looking forward to this topic. We're doing a board game breakdown of Paolo Mori. All right, let's get into it. Again, we're talking about Paolo Mori games here, and he's one of our favorite designers.
Recently he's just been hitting it.
Yeah, so there's a few that are... One that's sitting on my shelf of shame, but everything that we're pulling up that we have played, I've enjoyed the mess out of.
Yeah. Do you mind if I start on this first one? Because I used to own it, actually.
All right, here you go.
Yeah, believe it or not, I actually used to own this one, so it's going to be a little bit for me to remember it, but this game is called U-R. Shape a civilization that stands the test of present and future challenges. So I remember there being a grid. You're moving pieces around that grid. Let me just explain this. At the age of its maximum splendor, this vast and fertile geological area was the scene of destiny for some populations who resolved to settle in the richest and most strategically advantageous territories. Over the course of centuries, these populations have succeeded in developing all aspects of civilization wisely. This was the main factor for enabling them to found marvelous cities like and construct gigantic buildings like ziggurats. Just like Mesopotamia's ancient kings, each player will have to achieve the highest prestige by precisely dosing the development of agriculture, trade, politics, culture, and finally war. So thanks to these efforts are long-desired construction that 5 ziggurats completed. But beware, the king becomes guilty of greed in building in them. There's more to this. I'm not going to finish reading it. But you get the idea. Read it on your own. But I used to own this. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember that it was interesting because you would kind of have like a checkerboard pattern going in. You're building those. The coins were cool. And it's almost like an area control game in a way, but like the way you build stuff is a little bit different. It was an intriguing puzzle game.
Right,
wasn't enough for me to keep it, apparently. But
yeah, it's fine. It's like one of his first designs that we pulled up here. The next one we're going to talk about is Borneo, which got re-implemented with a second edition as well. DV games back in the day, and Abekushpil.
Yeah, Abekushpil.
In this one, players hold the role of merchants involved in the commerce of spice in the East Indies. Oh, joy. Each merchant
Trading in the Mediterranean.
Each member is a member of a different mercantile company, and therefore important to achieve the best position in the hierarchies at the right time with the profit. The same cards are used in 3 ways. Multi-use card game. To gain control of a company on a certain harbor, to struggle for the status inside of a company, and finally as a trade good to collect dispatch orders. This version of it does not look good at all, but it did get a second printing, so let's go ahead and pull this up really quick. Doesn't look much better, but it
looks better. At least it's in color now.
Yeah, and so there's the board right there. I love the fact that it's a multi-use card game. I've never played it. It looks interesting. It would be neat to try.
No, hold on. It doesn't look interesting. But it would be, knowing the provenance of Paolo Mori, it'd be worth trying. That looks really
No,
not
the cards don't look...
interesting.
Yeah, like, all this is kind of boring. But for its time, too, this is what?
Sure.
Second edition came out in 2000 what?
8.
So
Sure.
that's nearly 20 years. So
Yeah, no,
I'm not going to hurt it on that one.
And Abacus Spiel, they tend to make pretty decent stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
All right, next one is Vasco da Gama, which I remember very much like Tom Vassell hating this game. Or
Didn't he throw it off like a roof or something
it
like
might
that?
have been that. Yeah, I think he threw it off a roof at some time. It was pretty funny. So yeah, Vasco da Gama, plan your day in a non-linear manner to launch ships, but beware of changing tides. That's
Yeah,
cool.
he did launch it because he launched it off a roof.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so ridiculous. And of course, yeah, I'm pretty sure those ships are the discs with a single pawn on it. So anyway, recruit workers, buy projects, build ships, and use the ships to open new commercial routes to Eastern Africa and India to earn money and glory. I mean, these themes are just, they're killer right now. This resource management game with an element of risk management works like this. Beginning with a start player, each player takes one numbered disc and places it on top of his own colored disc in one of the 4 action areas of the board. So it's like a hidden bid kind of thing? That's cool. Vasco da Gama tile states the number. Everything above this number is free of charge. Everything below this number will be paid for, so players will have to take this into account when taking numbered discs. Ooh, okay. When all players have placed 4 discs, a modifier to this activation number is shown. The discs are worked by number. Discs are worked by number. In the crew area, players may hire a crew and a captain. Costs money. Pretty sure you didn't like this game. Costs money. Each round there is a window of ships. And the number on the left of the is the navigation strength. The number on the right is the required amount of different crew. Players choose a ship, pay for the crew, turn the tile to its side or to its other side with the captain on top. In the navigation area, a player takes the ship and places it in his row of choice and has to take care not to exceed the navigation strength of the ship. That's a lot of wording.
You bored me already.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Again, just because it's Paolo Mori, I would be willing to try it. But that description, and I like the dry dusty Euros.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
I mean, I would try it just because it's Paolo Mori.
Yeah.
Trading in the Mediterranean or just like ship trading and stuff like that, I'm kind of like on. Yeah. But, I mean, the board is busy, but it's interesting the fact that it's like different sections.
Mm-hmm. I like the fact that, like, the Vasco da Gama tile decides how much it's going to cost, and after a certain amount, it's just free. Like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. The bidding system is interesting. That intrigues me a little bit, but man, it is not a look. It looks better than the last game we were talking about.
That's true.
All right, next game on our list here is Pocket Battles, specifically Celts and Romans.
I used to own this one.
2 vast armies that fit in your pocket.
Yep.
Re-implemented by Battalion War, and I think I pulled that up just to look at it real quick. A war game that fits in the pocket, pressed for time and table space, and hankering for battles that hit. This is perfect remedy and it's portable. And it kind of looks like something he tested before he really refined it when we get to later games.
Yep.
Each tile hits on a certain roll, and some can only melee while others can shoot. Some tiles also have special traits which can affect their whole unit or armies. The armies will fight in 3 sectors. The battlefield. The goal is to eliminate at least half the value of your opponent's army. So it's kind of like something he's pulled for some of his newer games that we enjoy. But it is intriguing how this looks. I wouldn't mind trying it because it's Paolo Mori. So
he's of 2 designs, right? Mm-hmm. He either makes clever Euro games that have some cool little twist to it, or a head-to-head battler game that's strategic but also interesting.
All right, next game on the list here.
All right, next one is Olympi Cards. That name. Oh, man. I have not heard of this one. Compete with other players for medal in 9 Olympic sports. Okay, so it's an Olympic simulator. Mm-hmm. Players complete in 9 different events with competition taking place via card play. Each sport has its own rules of playing cards, so sometimes you'll want to sit out to an event, conserve your strength, while other times you'll push yourself to the limit to win the gold. Each player starts with 6 cards. Each card having a number and a color. On your turn, you play 1 or 2 cards until you cannot, or don't want to play any more cards. First player to drop out of the event receives more cards for the next time, while whoever remains in the event until the end wins the gold medal, i.e. points. Okay, that's intriguing.
It looks neat. The little quick card game, winning the medals. The art is kind of okay.
Sure. Yeah, the art is fine. But that is intriguing. Like it's kind of like, you're kind of staying in. Like, I don't want to compare it to matches, but like that's kind of how matches does, right? The person who stays in longest gets the most points, but everybody else could benefit by backing out quicker.
So you're trying to say you're on the equivalency of
No,
Paolo
I'm not.
Mori. I
I'm
see
trying
how
to say
it
he
is.
stole my idea.
Actually, this
Like,
came out before you.
Way before me.
2012. I think you were still in diapers by then.
Whoa, sir. Sir.
All right, the next game on our list here is Libertalia. We have played the newer one version of it. I did pull it up for you all can look at it.
I've played the old one.
I've played the old one too.
Yeah.
I like the way the newer one works a little bit.
Yep.
The artwork is much more clear and distinct because Stonemeyer is really good about that.
Yep.
But I did enjoy this one. It's weird how this one works because you're trying to collect the most treasure in a sense. And everybody has the same amount of cards. And just how you play them out, because you're all using the same cards, how you play them out is going to determine how you're going to work. But each card is also very unique because they will trigger maybe going in daylight or they may trigger going back in time. And so you have to trigger it out based on that number. It's really neat how the card play works in this one. The hand management. Maybe I want to be later in the line because I'll be able to get first pick at the treasure and stuff like that. So it is a really neat little hand management that everybody knows what cards they have in their deck. Because it's one person will draw up the cards and say, hey, this is what everybody has in their deck now. You need number 1, number 2, 15, 17, 23, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And we played it over a certain amount of rounds. I love the way the new one works because the board is much cleaner, much less busy like this one. And so when you're playing out your cards, they're going to either go this way or they're going to trigger this way, depending on what phase you're in. Mm-hmm. The new one is a little bit more streamlined. The art is kind of cool because it gives you that like the black Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean look, and this was really big back in the day. But the cards themselves, look at all that. It's just text upon text with a little bit of cool stuff there. And the newer ones do kind of do that as well, but the text is less heavy.
Yep.
And then the board, the treasure board, you have like treasure dials in that one, in the new one. And like I said, we'll look at it when we get there. I do enjoy this game though. I find it fantastic. This version of it, it was too much reading, in all honesty. There was a lot of text on there.
And there's just as much text on the new one, yet somehow better.
Yeah.
Somehow.
This is what I've been looking at the next game.
Yeah, Batman, Gotham City strategy game, which is a title. Play as one of Gotham's greatest villains and lead your gang of henchmen. So yeah, it's an area control Gotham themed game where you're playing as the Batman
villains.
Well, I know
Rogues
the villains,
Gallery.
but Rogues Gallery. Okay, was that a comic book or in the animated series?
Oh, this is based, I think, in the animated series in a sense. But no, it's his greatest villains. It's his Rogue Gallery of villains.
Okay. Obviously I'm not a big Batman fan, but
a lot of it looks like it from the artwork. Looks like it's from the animated series because the Two-Face looks like what you would see in the animated series right here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
But yeah, no, this one looks interesting. It's an area control, so you're like, nope, I'm good.
I mean, if it's a Paolo Mori area control, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this one, go ahead and if you want to describe it.
So behind the facade of the great Gotham City. Actually, let me just jump down. We all know how Batman works. Let's be real. Let me skip to the mechanism. During the game, players collect resources and information, money, and threat. Threat is used to exert your rule over the blocks in Gotham City, and control of blocks allow you to collect income of these blocks of either information or money. Money is used for leveling and to hire henchmen, who will help you rule the city blocks and fight better against the other villains and Batman. So Batman is kind of like the good character that's roaming around and just messing everybody's crap up. Huh?
What's really neat about this game, from what I heard about it, is that you can do something where you're like, no, I'm not that bad. Go over there. And so you'll send Batman to go beat up the Joker if you're playing as the Penguin. Yeah. So I like that aspect. Like, no, screw him. Yeah. Go beat him up over there.
That's funny.
So I'm like, okay, that sounds really cool. So like, I never even knew about this one. I just recently found out about this one. And I'm like, I need to find a copy of this. This is out of print right now.
Can't be that expensive.
It's not super expensive. Like I think I can find it on Noble Knight for a relatively good price.
Cool.
I think it was like $30 or something like that. It doesn't look too bad. But the fact that the miniatures in here look like hero clicks.
Yeah, they do. They do. They're good minis.
Yeah, they're really good looking minis here. So Batman Gotham City strategy. That looks pretty neat.
Cool.
The next one here is Memento from Cosmos. This looks like an abstract strategy game. Take a card to remember what you took. Easy? No. In Memento, each card has both a color and shape on it, and each color and shape has a different scoring method with different priorities. On top of that, you'll want to remember the order in which you took various cards because their sequence matters. If this game proves too simple for a memory mastermind like yourself, then step up to the professional version of gameplay and see whether you can still keep things in order. No, thank you.
How many players is this?
I think 2.
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
Okay.
It's intriguing to an extent. I'm not a big fan of memory games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind memory games. They're fine.
It's interesting. I mean, I will try it because it's Paolo Mori, but it's not something I really want to go into.
Yeah. It wouldn't be my first one either. Oh, boy. Here we go. I love this one. Rise Up Augustus. This was the first one that I played. I was like, whoa, who is this Paolo Mori guy? Yeah. In Augustus, you vie with your fellow players to complete objective cards for their special power and ultimately for victory points. Each card has 2 to 6 symbols, which you must populate with Legionnaire meeples in order to complete this card. These symbols are drawn one at a time from a bag, with all players gaining the benefit equally, but interestingly, the bag contains more of some symbols than the other. This is multiplayer bingo.
I was going to say, yeah, this is the bingo one. I did enjoy this one.
Bingo is multiplayer bingo too, but this is gamer bingo is what it is. My version, I actually found coin cases, and I actually put all the chips in the coin.
I like how they say like you're pulling it from the bag. I remember playing this. Someone was pulling it from a cup because they didn't come with the bag.
Yep. Yeah, that's a thing that has happened. No, this is cool. So what it is, basically, you pull out a token, and you say what the token is. Everyone then places it on their one of their cards, if they can or want to, and you're limited to how many legions you get. But once you complete cards, you might get more legions to put out more tokens. Some are worth just more points. Once you have a certain number of certain like resources, like weed or for agriculture or whatever, then you can gain region bonuses or number of card bonuses. Gold, or is that bread? I don't know. I can't tell. Gold or wheat.
Those are gold bars.
Once you get a certain number of those, then you can get the bonuses for those. And what I really like about it, my favorite thing is like the region bonuses, or the number of card bonuses. It says if you have either 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 cards, the first person to take that, they can't take anything higher or lower. And once it's taken, it's taken. So if I have 5 cards, and I choose not to get the 8, but then you get it, and somebody else nabs up the 10.1 because they have 6 cards, I can't get one of those bonuses anymore because I pressed my luck too far.
Yep.
I love that mechanism. That's so smart. I need to play this one again. It's been a while.
And we'll talk about, like I said, I pulled up the reprints too. This way people can look at them too as well. This did get reprinted as a Magic system.
Via Magica.
Yeah. All right, next game on the list is Dogs of War. A worker placement meets tug of war as you influence battles. So this is 3 to 5 players.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, it's a good looking cover. That
Yeah.
is an elegant game set in steampunk-influenced Renaissance universe. Noble houses engage each other in a series of fierce battles, and it's up to the players in the Dogs of War to control to deploy their private armies in support of whatever house they favor. Dogs of War is not just pure military power, but rather in which deception and betrayal often lead a way to decisive victories. The goals for Dogs of War is to earn the most power at the end of the game. So some of the stuff here is abstract strategy, but area majority, hand management, tug of war, variable player powers, and worker placement. Sounds really cool. It's coming from Cool Mini or not? Was not expecting that.
Yeah.
That's right up their alley though of games.
Yeah.
Looks really, really cool. The board's a little busy here, a lot of tokens. But yeah, no.
Those minis are neat.
The cards look pretty cool. Easily readable in a sense. That tells you it's a +3. This probably is telling you what kind of character it's playing.
Or its action.
Or its action and stuff like that. So like this is telling you this is probably melee, this is probably range and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But you're probably playing it out for the tug of war for this board. Looks like you're going to be fighting over. Looks really cool. I want to try this one. I didn't even know about this one. I thought this was like another one of his other style of war games. So.
Yeah, I had no idea. Cool. Unusual suspects. So, work together to eliminate the innocent people in a game based on first impressions. I remember this one had a lot of like weird gameplay in it, which is kind of funny. So, unusual. So yeah, incredible. The shifty thief who operates undisturbed for months is about to be caught. Okay, I'm gonna skip to the mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
One player is the witness, and the other players play part of an investigation team. The witness knows the real identity of the guilty and tries to make the team hit it only with his answers. The team asks questions to the witness and, depending on his answers, will exclude the innocent suspects after playing, or after players have discussed what they've learned. So it's kind of like, think of Mysterium, right? In a way,
Yeah.
Imperfect information. You're trying to deduce the correct one, except since you have different characters of different styles. Like I've heard stereotypes get thrown around, kind of unfortunately too much in this. Which, play out, your game plays as it is. But, one of the cool things is, I've seen people play versions of this game that have, custom photos of, family or friends and stuff. And that's just ridiculous.
Honestly, it looks really cool. Like, yeah, it can get stereotypical, but that's more based on the group than the actual gameplay
if that's
itself.
a problem, don't play with that group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks interesting, and it's it looks like it's social deduction, but it's more just deduction in general.
Yeah.
So I would be willing to play this one. It looks really cool. If I can find a copy of it, I wouldn't mind trying it.
Yeah, and I wonder if the hat is part of the witness. Like if you're the witness, you wear the hat.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I did pull it up. I was just checking something because the next game we're going to talk about is a game that I enjoy, but also hate, and you'll see why in a minute.
Yep.
This is Ethnos. I love this game. I think it's a fantastic game.
Yep.
I pulled up both the reprints of this game, and the reason why you and me dislike this game...
Yeah, tell us your real thoughts, Daniel.
Is because we couldn't see half the board because it's so very uncolorblind friendly.
Yep.
Now, they made it better with the next two reprints that we'll look about it when it comes to it.
Mm-hmm.
But when we played the original version of this game with Dammit, Dom, and Gamehead Geek, you and me were struggling with the things. And it's a neat system, too, because you're basically playing cards out of your hand to take control of certain areas on the board. And you either play, if I remember correctly, it's all the same type of cards or all the same color of cards, right? Yes. So, if you're playing all elves, they have to either be all elves or they all have to be all blue. And depending on where you're playing it is where you're going to play on the board to take the influence in that area. And it's over a certain amount of rounds. If I remember, the cards come in 6 colors, which match the 6 regions of Ethnos. Place 3 glory tokens in each region at random, ranging them from low to high. You'll start with 1 card in your hand. And your choice is to pull a card out of the pile or play cards. And what's neat about it is when you play the cards, all that's left in your hand go into the discard pile for everybody else to pull from.
Gotcha.
You've played this before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really neat how that works. But like I said, this version of the game is very uncolorblind friendly. So here's all the different cards here. This is where you're going to pull from. This is the board that you're going to be playing into. And by looking at this symbol right here, I don't know what part of the board I'm playing into based on the card colors.
Yep.
And it's generic fantasy at its finest. But I really did dig this game. I like the reprint of where you're just going up tracks. We'll talk about it a little bit later. More so. But I want to try the new 2nd edition as well. Mm-hmm. What is your thoughts on this one?
I like it. I do like how you have to pretty much double their bet. And so, I'm the cap of 20, was it again?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, there's you can only have up to a certain amount of tokens on it, and so bidding 11 guarantees you,
Yeah.
But having to be able to double their bet and get to that as well, you have to either be really bold or plan it perfectly timed. I remember that was still this day that was my most intriguing part of it.
Yeah. And the next one on our list is
Fall of Rome. Yeah, so he actually co-designed this with Matt Leacock, or actually, yeah, he did co-design it.
Yeah.
It is a pandemic version. I do have this one. It's basically pandemic with battles in it. It's kind of wild. And so, yeah. So not only are you trying to, deal with,
Here, I'll just pull up a board.
Yeah. While you're trying to deal with literally the fall of Rome, you're also trying to battle out the system. Yep. And so people are invading in, you're trying to fend them off, and it's really intriguing.
Yeah, so what I like about this one is that the different invaders are actual characters that you would see. So you have like the Gauls and the Visigoths and stuff like that. So it's historically accurate too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat too.
Uh-huh. And Velvet Knight just brought up an interesting fact. The land in Ethnos is the same shape as the country of Slovakia.
And no one knows why.
And no one knows why. That's it. That is interesting.
All right,
I've never noticed that.
I've never tried this one. It looks really neat. It kind of reminds me that they took ideas from this version of the game for the new Lord of the Rings.
I think I still have my copy.
I do want to try this one. All right, the next game on the list, I've not played this one. I played a different version of it. You love this game. You just played it with Damn It Dom recently, right?
So Dom has this one.
Oh, okay.
And I finally got to play it, yeah.
And this is Blitzkrieg, World War II in 20 minutes. It is recreate World War II in 20 minutes, the perfect war game for non-war gamers. It's a 2-player only game where players draw army tokens from a bag to determine their starting force and replenish their losses. Rather than fighting battles with dice or cards, players allocate their military resources to each theater's campaign, winning victory points for their resources, special weapons, and strategic advantages as they play. Refight World War II several times in one evening. It includes a solo mode by David Turksey. Go ahead. You've played it, so...
Yeah, no, it's cool. There's just so many different like tug-of-war things. So pull up a picture of the board. So you have 2 different bags, and you're playing on opposite sides, and the tokens that you play out have basically a strength to it. As you play down those tokens, you pull that strength towards you. If you land on certain spots, you get bonuses by doing so, like being able to play more tokens or get victory points. As soon as you get to a certain point, you win. But what's cool is that each of the different spots have a different like type of token that they can take, whether it's land or sea, or an air can be in essentially either of them. And yeah, it's clever how it works. If you're the first or the last person to place in a single row, you get a certain number of victory points. Like if I played the second token in the Pacific Ocean,
I have a problem with this board though.
Then you get 2 extra points. What's your problem with the board?
They have the Pacific Ocean over the Atlantic Ocean.
Yep. Yeah, they do. I do. Yeah.
I get why they did it because of the way the board is sitting. Because they have 3 fronts over here. But they have the Pacific Ocean over the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah. They should have put Africa and Middle East over there.
Yeah.
And the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, sure. I get that. I'm not going to argue.
It looks really cool. I haven't tried it, though.
But one of the things I do really like about it, and I think is really neat, is after you place your tokens on certain spots, you get, like, there's a pool of really, like, upgraded tokens that could go to either side, and you draw a couple of them, and you choose one of them to add to yours. And so you're kind of like bag building in a way, and getting asymmetric powers by timing that right. And sometimes you're just forced to play something. You have to play something on your turn.
Okay.
So whether if you're like, man, I don't want to place this here, but now I have to, which will put the second tile that you'll probably gain the majority in that spot, which is unfortunate because I don't want to play here. Yeah, it's cool, but that's assuming that you do have a tile that can play there. It's neat. It shouldn't be this smart, but it's a really clever game.
No, it looks pretty cool. Now, this next game we're not going to talk too much about because we've already talked about its predecessor.
Yep.
But we wanted to show this off to you. Via Magica is the new Rise of Augustus. Have you ever played this one?
No, I've always wanted to, but I mean, I have Rise of Augustus, so...
Yeah. Now, I like Rise of Augustus art, and I'm more of a historical guy because I think it's Vincent Dutray that did the art for Rise of Augustus.
Sure.
But this is really nice looking aspect of it. And this one, it's more of a magic theme, and I think it's still bingo.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think they changed too much about it. They may have just changed like the magic systems and stuff like that to fit the new theme rather than historical Roman bingo.
Yep.
So
Roman bingo. That's right.
It looks pretty cool. If I find a copy, I wouldn't mind picking it up just to try it out. But looks like it's smaller than. I just noticed this picture here.
No,
wow,
it's
significantly smaller.
That game was in a ridiculously large box.
Well, yeah, because that was the Ticket to Ride standard, so that's what they were going to do.
You might even be able to put all of those components inside of a
photo case. Yeah,
you might.
Looks pretty cool. Do want to try it out, so just to see.
Cool.
All right, but the next game on the list, I'm going to go ahead and take this one since, we had to skip the other one. It's a roll and write from Paolo Mori called Rustling Leaves. Now, I've never played this one. It comes from Cosmos. It is I can't pronounce that in German because I don't want to get us suspended because the algorithm might think it's a bad word. Is a roll and write game.
It looks like a bad word.
It does. And for every season, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, there is a themed game sheet with different rules. The number of the dice reveal the side lengths of the area marked on the game sheet. It is in this area, a forest symbol is selected that is included in the scoring. Whoever collects the most points wins. It looks like it's grid coverage, line drawing, paper and pencil, kind of think cartographers and stuff like that. The paper is busy.
Yeah.
Wow. Kind of looks like a stamp collection almost.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I like how there's 4 different seasons of symbols.
Do they have a picture of the dice? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just pretty simple dice.
Yeah. Intriguing.
Cool.
Okay.
All
like
right.
I said, we don't need more rolling rights, but okay.
Cool. I mean, back then, I'm sure they did. Fairy Tale Inn. This is an intriguing little game.
Quit knocking stuff over.
Your papers keep jumping at me here.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Fairy Tale Inn. Fairy Tale characters are dropping in for the local fair. Can you profit the most? There's a 2-player only game, and the way it works, it's kind of like the Connect 4 board. You're sliding in tiles in between you guys. But there's different things on each side of the tile. And by placing it down, it will apply to both of us, right? I decide when I'm placing a tile, I'm deciding which one faces you and which one faces me. It's a really cool game. It's an abstract strategy game, and I've been really intrigued to try this. I've been wanting to.
And it looks pretty neat because, some of the rules are like you don't want to put Red Riding Hood in the same room next to the Big Bad Wolf and stuff like that. It looks intriguing.
Yep.
I love the fact that it's like a Connect 4 style game. Yep. Yeah, I want to try that for a 2-player game. Right. I actually want to try it. Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of another 2-player game, this one I've actually played, and I kicked your butt in it.
Yep.
And
you really destroyed me.
Yeah, I forced you into traps a lot. That's the big thing. And this is Paolo Mori's Caesar. Seize Rome in 20 minutes.
You're welcome for me showing you this game.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Well, it was one of our days where we just played 2-player games because nobody else could show up for game night, and that's one of our rules for game nights is that if it's just 2 of us, we're not going to make someone lose their picks.
Right.
So this is kind of like Blitzkrieg, a little bit different, where you're in the can't speak right now. The Roman Republic, and it's coming to an end as a power struggle between Caesar and Pompey. Players will continue and command their legions strategically, deploying them to key battlegrounds. It is a bag building, just like Blitzkrieg, if I remember.
Oh no, you just pull.
Oh yeah, you have certain tokens, yeah. And you're just trying to feed the board in a certain way where you're trying to get majorities, and then if you have a majority, you may get the reward of certain areas, and it's just whoever has the most on the board on these little tokens right here wins the game. And yeah, I just remember that I just started going all around the board and starting to force you to like try to defend. It's like, nope, I got this. You're good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll let you have that. I'll take this. No!
Not again.
But I really did enjoy this. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would like more. I like the way this looks more than Blitzkrieg does, just because it looks less war game-ish and more strategic when you're placing these tokens out. Mm-hmm. And they're double-sided, right? The tokens.
Yep.
And so you're playing it for one power or a different power, and you're just trying to take control of certain things. I actually really do, and I like also when you're playing it like right on this line, which allows you to possibly have control on this side and this side as well. So I thought it's really neat how that works.
Absolutely.
All right, little quick ones because we're on the reprints, and you'll get the next one that isn't a reprint, and it's one of your favorites. Another 2-player. So this is the new Libertalia that we were talking about. I just think it plays a little bit better. It's a little bit more streamlined. Yeah, much clearer. I mean, look at the cards. Much more readable. Instead of like a block of text like this, it's like this much, and it's still able to figure out what's going on. I like that aspect of it. I think I like the art design of the other one because it gives you that Pirates of the Caribbean feel. My wife really likes the art design on this one because it harkens to one of her guilty pleasure Disney movies, Treasure Planet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with it. It looks really cool.
I still have yet to see it.
You still haven't seen Treasure Planet?
No. I know. I need to get on it.
So I do like this one a lot. Libertalia, the Gales of Windcrest, I think is what it's called.
Currently, my favorite game from Stonemaier.
Oh, I'm surprised Vantage hasn't taken it yet.
It might. It might. I need to play Vantage more.
All right. So the next one also is one of the Ethnos reprints. This is a slightly different version of it. It's an archaeology style game for our of Ethnos. It's called Archaeos Society. This was, I believe, Space Cowboys that did this one, and this one's more about going up on tracks than area control. Yeah. And I like this one a little bit more because I like area control, but I'm not a huge area control person. Yeah. Where I love going up on tracks, and I love the way the tracks are great. Yeah. And I love the way the tracks work on this one because you're just trying to take control. It's either going to cost you more or less depending on how far you're on the track and certain things. Each of the different tracks have different abilities. This number is telling you how much you have to have here to move further on. And we all have the different type of ships and stuff like that. So this player is always going to be the trucks. This player is always going to be the blimps and stuff like that. So you know what you're doing out there. It plays exactly the same way where you're playing a set of cards based on either the color or the number. Whoever your lead card is the location that you're going into. So like in this case, this card would be the blue area. So that's the blue track I'm going on. And so it's really neat. I like this version of it. It's the one I do own, but I do want to try the second edition of Ethnos, which we'll get to in a little bit. But next game on the list, you're going to take over because you love this one.
That's right, and you haven't tried it yet, which you need to. It's called Match of the Century. Yeah, it's 2 players, so you hate it. But Clemens Franz made the art for it, which actually is really pretty considering it's Clemens Franz. Do you know who that is?
No, but it's a chess game too, and he made it look good.
Yeah, he's the one who did like the original like Agricola and all those ones that we dog on so much. Yeah, him and Dennis Lohshausen are the ones that like kind of compete, but he stepped it up, man. So yeah, it's themed off of the World Chess Championship in Reykjavik.
It was Bobby Fischer
and Boris Spassky. Yeah, and so you're playing over a series of rounds which depict their individual chess matches head to head against each other. Each of the cards have 2 sides. One if you're playing as the black pieces, one if you're playing as the white pieces. You have bonus pawns that you can add to the strength of it. It's kind of like a tug of war thing where if I play a 3, if you play a 4 or higher, you win it. But whoever plays the lower number gets the ability on the card. And the better the piece that they're playing out, the better the ability. Which you can actually, like, they range from like 1 to 5, I think. If you play a 5, your opponent can still beat it by playing pawns on top of it, but man, you're going to get one heck of an ability by doing so. You're building also your stamina too. So as you're increasing your stamina and resting and playing like suboptimally for some games, you're going to have more benefits, more pawns, more victory points going into the next round and more cards to use into the next phase. Whoever wins a certain number of rounds wins the whole game. It is so clever. Oh my gosh, I was so impressed when I played this. And it used the pawns and chess pieces in a way that I haven't seen before. As in, not chess.
Yeah. All right, the next one on the list is actually on my pile of shame right now. This is Altoy, The Dawn of Civilization. It's a co-design with Ole Steinnes. I'm trying to remember what other game Ole did. I think he did Champions of Midgard, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And this is a deck-building area control game. He likes area control for some reason.
Yeah, he does.
For endless years in the secluded region, deep in the heart of the vast continent, 4 mysterious people have been developing different cultures, merging magic and technology in delicate balance with nature and among themselves. Now they must face a challenge, the arrival of new settlers bringing them with more advanced crafts and technologies, new weapons, and fighting techniques. It's a blend of deck building, civilization development, and area expansions. Players control one of the 4 factions with their specific starting deck, with subtle differences on the number cards. Each turn, players use their cards to produce resources, whether it's stone, metal, wood, or knowledge. They're going to build new settlements and expand on the board, attack or defend against their enemies, or manipulate their decks or card hands. And the game board has different regions. It is a gorgeous looking game. We almost played this at one point, but it was just like, it was late at night, and we're like, nah, it's a little too complicated. Let's just play something simple.
Yeah.
This might get picked to play here soon because I do want to get it tried out. Looks really neat. I love these are the 4 different cultures, and so this is like your home pieces, and this is what your buildings that you're putting out there. So I believe like these are the elves, these are the dwarves, humans, and stuff like that. So it looks really neat. I love the art style on this one. The different sections of the decks here, different things that you can add into your specific deck. It looks really cool. I do want to try this one out. It looks really neat. Plus, it's Paolo Mori and Ole Steinus. I like both of the games that they've designed so far. So it looks really good. But hey, I know for a fact you love the next one.
Yeah, Captain Flip, nominated for the Spiel des Jahres, and rightfully so. This is a press your luck bag building, or not bag building, but token drawing game. You draw a single token out of the bag, and the coolest part about it, which I can't believe nobody figured this out, like, to do this. You pull it out, you look at the front, and you decide right then if you want to keep that symbol or flip it to the other side for the first time you've seen it, and then place it as it is.
And each one has their own, like, special abilities.
Yeah, it's a press your luck with one tile. Like, that doesn't make sense. And they score in different ways. They give you benefits by being in certain columns or styles.
So, like, this one is telling you that you don't want any of this character in here or in the same row or column that he is in. Or
if there's no bumps in the column or row, then you get 3 points for them. The most coins at the end of the game wins. Really simple, really family-friendly. And, yeah. The bomb character, they get you 5 coins right at the end, but if you get 3 of them, you lose the game. You're just out, you know? So don't do that. Other games, or other tiles will let you flip other tiles and different things. It's so clever.
It's silly, but it's really good.
Yeah, I enjoy the mess out of it, man. I really do.
It's not my favorite Paolo Mori game. I don't know what my favorite would be.
I just love that simple mechanism. You pull it out, you don't look at the other side. You decide, am I going to take this? Nah, flip it. All right.
Oh, it's my third bomb. No.
Yep. Kaboom.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. The next one on our list here is the reimplementation of the pocket battles, as we were talking about earlier. It's called Battalion War of Ancients. This actually just came out last year, 2024, from Osprey Games. I love the artwork on this one. This one looks really, really good. I think it's 2 to 4 players on this one instead of the 2-player game, so now it is a 4-player game aspect of it. To lead is to walk the tightrope, choose a faction, consider its rank, assemble them into units, and as they fight, carefully balance their orders and sustain your forces on the field. Man, look at this cover. That is a nice looking cover compared to some of those cards there.
Yep.
And again, Osprey does really good on their covers. Their cards, on the other hand, you still have like a bit of a battle line aspect of it. I think it's a team base from what I'm seeing on here, so they're sharing.
It's well, I mean,
right here it looks like they're sharing boards.
Yeah.
So it might be team based. It looks interesting. I wouldn't mind trying it. It's Paolo Mori, so
it's a 2-player traditionally, but I guess if you can do teams,
we'll see. But again, we've already talked about this one, Ethnos 2nd Edition. This is just much prettier, much more readable. I know they changed some stuff where people were upset about. But honestly, I can tell the difference with these cards.
Yeah.
And it helps out a lot.
Yep.
The board looks really cool. Doesn't look like Sovlaki anymore.
Yeah.
Looks like a generic fantasy style board, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's really neat. I do want to try this one.
Cool.
Next one for you.
Toy Battle. I've been super intrigued by this game. Oh my goodness. There's a bunch of different boards. It comes with I think 8 or 10 boards in the base game alone.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a 2-player head-to-head battle game. What makes this really cool and what makes it interesting is your toys, right? You're playing out your toy characters. And the way it works is you have to start from your main area and you're trying to either get over to the other area or eradicate your other opponents, I believe. I think you can win in either 2 ways.
Yeah.
And yeah. What's cool is that, you either draw 2 troops, put 1 on the board and get its effects, or place the enemy's headquarters. However, all cases you must place the location in the continuous path. So what you're doing is you're trying to battle out their characters, but you can only ever extend from a path from where you have yours already. And if you go on top of theirs, then you have controlled theirs, and they can't continue from that unless they put another one on top of it, which would then control it. So you're kind of like trying to build paths to the other side, but also at the same time, you can only stack up certain ones. And the art is super adorable. You have a rubber duck. I mean, come on.
It's a Viking rubber duck.
It's a Viking rubber duck.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, it looks really cool. It's one that I've been intrigued by. Again, it's 2 players, so it's not going to get played. So I was hoping to I hope the guys cancel and you own the game before I can try it out.
I don't own it yet.
I know.
I've been intrigued by it.
But it's one of those things. Like, I hope the guys cancel and you have it. This way we
Yeah.
can just play it.
Yep. You would definitely try it.
All right, and the next one on our list here is Battlefields of the Napoleonic War. It's supposed to be coming out this year. I don't know if it's already out or is coming out, and it's coming from...
45 ratings. It's probably out, just barely.
Just barely, yeah. So, coming from Ignacio Hidalgo as the publisher, Paolo Mori and Alessandro Zucchini. It looks like a straight-up war game, 1 to 2 player, so there's solo aspect of it. Battlefields of the Napoleonic War is a war game system devised by Paolo Mori and Alessandro Zucchini with the aim of bringing you your game table with fast-paced and engaging games. The battle that marked the fate of Europe at the beginning of the 19th century. It's got easy-to-learn rules, fast setup time, a straightforward but exciting command system, and quick and yet deep combat resolution systems are just some of the original elements of this game. Created with the idea of attracting both Battlefield veterans and players fascinated by the world of historical simulations. It's a war game. It's got icon resolution, hexagon grids, and scenario. So it is basically a straight-up war game, but it's supposed to be a simplified war game. Mm-hmm. And honestly, looking at this board makes me not want to try it, but it's Paolo Mori, so I want to try it.
I mean, maybe it's a printout game?
I don't know, but it looks interesting, in all honesty.
Yeah, it looks fine.
And the last game on our list is kind of another version of 2 games we've already talked about.
Yep.
But this is the one I'm intrigued by.
And I haven't heard hardly anything about it, so let's see it. Flintlock
Global Warfare in 20 minutes. And it recreates the 7-year war in the French Indian War in 20 minutes. So I love the...
1 to 4 players, though.
Yeah, so this is what intrigues me, is that the fact that it's going to be multiplayer rather than 2-player.
Yep.
1 to 2 players. So
Floodgate Games, no less.
Yeah, and it's based off Blitzkrieg and Caesar, those kind of style of games. It's set during the events of the first full-scale global conflict of the 18th century. Play one of 2 different player games, the 7 Years' War in theaters of Europe, India, and the Atlantic, or the French and Indian War in North America.
It's a 2-player game.
It's a 2-player game, or you can combine the 2 as a team-based battle. Yeah.
Again, it's a 2-player game. We've been over this.
Yeah. Right. Make crucial alliances, bolster your troops. It looks really interesting. I knew it was 2 players, but I wanted to see how they did with the 4-player. That explains it to me. But it's the same as the other 2 that came out. This one is saying that it might be more of a head-to-head tactical skirmisher. So think more along the lines of the Blitzkrieg style.
Yeah, and there's 3 designers. David Thompson, Roger Tankersley.
And, of course, Paolo Mori.
And Paolo Mori.
But, man, that art looks really nice.
Yeah.
I just wish there was more to see. There's no images. It's just the cover.
Yeah.
Coming from Floodgate. It's supposed to be this year.
No, next year.
Next year, sorry. But it looks really cool. And it's the kind of historical stuff that I am not very super familiar with. Because it's the French-Indian War. I know very little bit about that one. But honestly, the French-Indian War is not really the French-Indian War. It's the Brits versus the French is what it was.
Yeah.
And because they were paying off the Native Americans to go after the French settlers in the New World. Yep. And then there was 7 Years' War, which, again, is the UK versus different theaters and stuff like that. Yeah. So, looks really cool. Want to try it. I know you want to try it because you've liked both of the
And the 20-minute games by Paolo Mori,
yeah,
I
they're
love
fantastic.
The series, yeah.
But that is everything with Paolo Mori. We're fans of his stuff. We enjoy everything about it. That was a fun one.
It was. It very much was. Yeah. All right. So let's end this up then. Real quick. Again, we're doing a contest. Listen for that code word. Our code word is Augustus. Make sure you email us if you want a chance to win that. Details in the middle of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And
quick question before we close out.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Paolo Mori game that you saw here?
My favorite Paolo Mori, probably Augustus. I really enjoy
Mine is
Augustus.
Libertalia. I really like how that one works.
Yeah, that's my favorite Stonemeyer game. it might be unseated. We'll see.
Yeah. Also, the one I'm looking forward to is I do want to try the Flintlock series.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, with that said, let's close it out.
I want to try Toy Battle. That's one I'm intrigued by. All right, cool. So with that being said, we have an email address, everydayboardgames2020@gmail.com. Email us. Again, with contests in the line and in the body, a way to contact you if you want to enter in for this contest. Again, our code word is Augustus. We also have an Instagram, instagram.com/everydayboardgames. And if you follow us there, you can see the ridiculous things that I've been doing lately. I have some fun projects I've been working on. And by just following us there, you're also entered another free ticket into the contest.
All video reel uploads and reviews are found on youtube.com/@everydayboardgames. And if you like what we do, there are 3 things you could do to help us grow on the platform. Subscribe if you're not. That gets you a ticket. Like the video and comment down below and tell us your thoughts on the subject.
We also stream our episodes live at twitch.tv/everydayboardgames. Join us like our friends Illuminous and Velvet Knight and join in on the conversation. And also, following us there gets you a free ticket. And subscribing, which throws a couple dollars our way, also gets you 3 additional tickets.
And all audio versions can be found on most podcast platforms under Everyday Board Games Podcast. This includes Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and Apple.
So we want to thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I've been your host, Daniel.
And I've been your host, Daniel.
And we want to thank you for listening to Everyday Board Games.
And remember, every day is a good day for board gaming.